Hello everybody and welcome to the next game of the DelotA Dota 2 Amateur Tournament. I am Just Delicious and today we do not have Vague Raconteur, so I'm completely on my own, which makes me extremely sad. But we are hopefully going to bring you a good game. We do have oh, one of the players doesn't seem to be in. That's very odd.
Dire team ban.
Let me just we'll
Radiant team ban.
okay, so that's a little bit odd that one of the players actually hasn't just like immediately disconnected or something. I don't know, that's a little bit of a bug. But today we have FeedRunners, who were in the January tournament quite a lot and they haven't set their names, so we don't get to see that awesome crying windrunner. And on the Dire we have No Feed, No Fun, who we haven't seen before, but it should be fun to watch what they can do. So that's just the delay. Okay. So yeah, we have a pretty standard bans coming out at the moment. Actually, No Feed, No Fun, just kind of probably thinking of that Nyx Assassin ban just to get rid of the last really good hero in the pool. Although that will leave Darkseer for FeedRunners, but that's the sort of thing you'd expect. You would expect all these heroes to get banned out, but they're going to ban out the DelotA instead, so they're giving up the Nyx Assassin. They really don't like him, unless FeedRunners would rather have that Darkseer. So yeah, the Nyx Assassin is going to be picked up by FeedRunners as you would expect. But No Feed, No Fun just kind of wanted to get rid of that DelotA. He is one of the best he is one of the best support heroes in the game, so yeah, it's nice to see him getting banned out and the Nyx Assassin making it through the pool. It's going to be interesting to see what they actually choose for supports then, now that now that DelotA is gone, because he's normally always the go-to hero. We've seen it so many times, the Nyx Assassin first pick, and they immediately counter with the DelotA, which is weird because DelotA is really not very good against Nyx Assassin at all. So that just kind of gets rid of any sort of problems they could have about whether they wanted to pick up the DelotA or not, because now he's banned out. So they're going to go for Jakiro instead, and they might round that out with a Shadow Demon, because Shadow Demon is also one of the strongest support heroes in the game right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did decide to pick him up. But yeah, FeedRunner is getting that Nyx Assassin, which is pretty important. I don't think we've seen Nyx Assassin actually lose a single game in the entirety of January and in February so far as well. So Nyx Assassin, a really good hero, especially on the tri-lane, especially as a support, and the fact that he just wins so many games just kind of shows how strong he is. He's so good when he can just put on that invisibility and start ganking with the Impale, and there is the Shadow Demon getting picked up by No Feed, No Fun. So they did want to go for those really strong support heroes, first and second pick, and kind of just leave FeedRunners to do what they want, really. Although Templar Assassin is still in the pool, so if they wanted to pick up a Templar Assassin, they could. It is really up to them. But we still do see a few good support heroes left. I mean, you've got the Lena, you've got the Leshrac. We don't see Leshrac actually that often in this tournament. The teams also just don't like him very much. So yeah, they're gonna go for the Rubik.
Reserve time.
Yeah, Rubik, a nice pick. He is a particularly good support hero, and he just keeps getting better. I mean, that null field is absolutely amazing against a Jakiro, and it does help quite a lot against Shadow Demon if they're going to pick a nuki team, because it will stop that. It will stop the Soul Catcher doing quite as much bonus damage as it normally does, which is always important. And yeah, obviously telekinesis is just exceptionally annoying, being able to move people onto the high ground if you have the opportunity, or just being able to get a mass team stun with it is exceptionally annoying. So yeah, Rubik is easily a tier 1 support hero right now. and the Lifestealer, so they've gone very early for their carry, but we do see that Lifestealer picked up an awful lot, and I think that's probably going to round out the try lane already. I think they've already got what they need. The Nyx Assassin, Rubik and Lifestealer, but that Lifestealer pick, we've seen Lifestealer destroy games so easily, and he's just so difficult to counter, and he's so difficult to kill. You really do need some stuns to go through BKB. I mean, we haven't seen a Beastmaster picked up against Lifestealer yet, but we've seen Beastmaster picked up a few times, and he's done pretty well each time he was picked up, so I can expect no feed, no fun. I'm probably thinking about it. I don't know whether they'll go for it, but it must be in the back of their mind a little bit at least. So a lot of the team's actually sinking quite a lot into their reserve time over this first picking stage, but I suppose it is pretty important. They're going to go for Phantom Lancer, so they want to counter that Lifestealer with a ridiculously hard Phantom Lancer carry, because Phantom Lancer is one of the hardest carries at the moment, and we see him banned or picked almost every game now, just because of his pure farm, how fast he can farm and his pure damage level once he gets that farm, because you get him a Diffusal Blade and he's already pretty much all the way there for carry status. He's absolutely insane. So yeah, no feed, no fun. Really picking up possibly just the strongest heroes that were available to them at any point in time. And now we move on to the bans. The Templar Assassin just get banned almost instantly, so insta ban coming out from FeedRunners. That Templar Assassin, they really just don't like her. And now we have to be looking at mid, really. There aren't many good mid heroes left available in the pool. I mean, there's Queen of Pain, you've still got the Tinker, and Lone Druid can mid if he wants to, but the Templar Assassin has now been taken out. It's going to be interesting to see what they actually want to do in mid. Invoker is still here if they want to play him. Invoker really doesn't see much play recently. He's kind of dropped off a little bit as mid heroes go. So it's going to be a little bit of an interesting one to see. The Queen of Pain actually gets banned out, so there goes another mid hero, and both teams just kind of banning out the mid heroes at the moment. Is a little bit weird because neither of them have a mid hero. So we'll just have to see how that pans out. I mean, FeedRunners do get the first pick, so if they could ban this right, they could pick up whatever hero pretty much whatever hero they want. There are so many good heroes left for that off lane. I mean, they're going to be looking at that Bounty Hunter almost certainly. They're really going to want to pick him up. The Darkseer gets banned out, so they're obviously not thinking of him for the off lane. So maybe they are looking at that Bounty Hunter, and it really wouldn't surprise me because of how powerful Bounty Hunter is right now, and he's also pretty good against Phantom Lancer, so that's got to be on FeedRunners' minds, almost certainly. There's the Beastmaster ban. So Beastmaster actually being banned by no feed, no fun. They don't want to pick him up, and they really didn't want to give him away. So Beastmaster's seeing a little bit more play recently, actually, which surprises me because he had dropped off for a very long time. But he's starting to get picked up more, and maybe that's going to show the meta is maybe starting to shift back to what it was before this very obscene sort of It used to just be Beastmaster on that offlane stacking Ancients, everybody stacking and pulling as much as possible, even a support hero going and pulling for mid and stacking up the mids, just so that the carry can farm as much as they could. But then it kind of shifted onto a more pushing strategy, where you would try and finish the game within 30 to 35 minutes, and now it does look like maybe with the Beastmaster ban, the picks and his recent bans, that maybe he's starting to come back into it, and maybe we are starting to see that stacking strategy come back, especially with Lifestealer having his insane buffs, and Phantom Lancer also being buffed as well in the recent patch. So yeah, maybe we are starting to see the age of carries once again. But we're not getting the last ban for FeedRunners, so once again just going for another off lane hero. And no feed, no fun have now got to think. They're going to get rid of the Earthshaker, so the Bounty Hunter is still in the pool. I think FeedRunners were probably eyeing up the Bounty Hunter, so I wouldn't be surprised if they actually pick him up now. That Earthshaker ban right at the end. Earthshaker's another hero that we actually see getting picked up more and more recently. I don't think the FeedRunners really had the space for him. There's the Bounty Hunter bit pick by FeedRunners, and that was really what they were looking for pretty much this entire time. He is the strongest offlane hero, and they will be able to pick him up. So they're probably pretty happy with themselves how they've banned out and managed to get him, because there aren't really any strong offlane heroes left. There's Weaver and there's Clinks, but both of these are not particularly good against bounty hunters, so that would be a little bit of a strange pick, unless you can keep him harassed down from the very early levels and not let him get any levels up himself. But that's almost impossible with a Shadow Walk. So yeah, there aren't really many good offlane heroes left. They're going to pick up Gyrocopter, so Gyrocopter may be their mid hero. That wouldn't surprise me. I've seen Gyrocopter go in mid before. He's okay. He went up against the Templar Assassin that time, so that wasn't really a very fair matchup. Gyrocopter really didn't stand much of a chance against Templar Assassin, although he did do pretty well. So Invoker picked up by FeedRunners. We are going to see an Invoker in mid, and we don't see this very often. I mean, Invoker really isn't a hero that many teams play, or many teams are even comfortable playing. So, but he will be picked up, and he will be against the Gyrocopter in mid, which is going to be a very interesting battle. And now we just wait for the last pick for No Feed, No Fun. And they really have to be looking at their offlane now. They really need something to try and counter that Bounty Hunter, or stay alive against a pretty strong tri-lane that FeedRunners are putting up against us. So this last pick is going to be pretty important.
5 seconds remaining.
They don't have very much longer, actually. They only have about 35 seconds to pick, so we're just waiting for them now. No, they're really taking the time about this one. They really don't know what they want to pick up. And with the amount of bans, there isn't really anyone good left for this offlane, especially against a Bounty Hunter, so they really are thinking exceptionally hard about what they can actually do, how they can counter this Bounty Hunter, or how they can just survive against him. They've only got 5 more seconds. Maybe they're just waiting down to the 1 second mark and then picking up. Yes, they are, and it's Clinks. So Clinks is going to be picked up, and Clinks will be against the Bounty Hunter on the offlane more than likely, unless they happen to get a Tri-V solo. That's probably what they're going to actually be hoping for, because then Clinks can just survive as much as possible. And we are going to have a remake, so none of these teams are actually picking up. So we will be flicking it back over to the other screen while the teams pick it while I remake this game, because one of the players couldn't make it in. So I've just remade the lobby now, and we'll just wait for everyone to rejoin. But yeah, it's nice picking and banning by both teams. Actually, they've both got a pretty. Okay, right. They've both got pretty good teams. It's going to be really interesting to call. It's going to be interesting to call which one actually has the best. Oh yeah, all pick, of course. So right. Okay. The FeedRunners have finally set their teams. So FeedRunners have their team up. The Bounty Hunter versus the Clinks is going to be especially interesting for me, I think. So that's okay. Automatic actually just picks the best one, so Automatic picks the best one for both you guys. Yeah, we're having a little bit of server problems, which is a little bit of a shame. I didn't realise the ping was quite as bad as it was. But okay, it's a little bit weird. Apparently they're complaining of really high ping. So we'll have to see if we can sort that out. But they are calling for the go. So and then the wait call gets go. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. The game is now loading, and hopefully we'll be in game very shortly. But yeah, it's really interesting to see those sort of picks, because you just don't see them very often, especially Clinks versus Bounty Hunter on purpose. I mean, they picked up the Clinks when they knew the Bounty Hunter was available. So yeah, we'll see what they decide to do. But we are going to be flicking into the game very shortly, hopefully, and they are just going to be all picking. We can flick into the game now, so hopefully you can all see what I am seeing. I'm going to put up the last hits and denies straight away because I actually missed it very slightly yesterday. But I think they're calling for the ping again, and Rome just saying he doesn't care about their ping, which is very nice and very nice of him. That's really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Where are these? I can't imagine that the ping would ever be that bad when it's an automatic server that's choosing, because we've apparently had another crash. DelotA bugs all over the place today. But I can't imagine that the ping would be that bad if the automatic server is choosing the best one for them. I mean, I've played on every server and I've never encountered like 500 ping before. Not unless I was streaming at the same time as well. But but yeah, it's just this is just taking a little bit longer than we were anticipating to actually get this game up and started, just because of the amount of bugs that we've had today and the amount of ping that we've had today. Very weird, odd situation. It looks like we will actually have to remake again, so... Or will we just be ported back to the... taken back to the lobby? Maybe we will... Yeah, we're just going to be taken back to the lobby. Okay, we're just going to have to wait for the... Okay. We are back in the lobby. The players have all hopefully rejoined. Well... we apologise to everyone at home for the inconvenience of oh, we've got another broadcaster. Okay, that's a little bit okay, that's fine. We apologise to everyone who's watching for the inconvenience and how long it has taken to get this game up and sorted, but we have gone through the bans and the picks, so as soon as we get back into this game we will see it. We're getting called go and we are going to go, so oh, I hate this bug. Seriously. Ah. So everyone else is now in the game, but I'm not because of a bug. So connect. Yeah, don't really do have to change that for the broadcasters, because if the broadcaster hosts the lobby, then it gets a little bit messed up. Okay, everyone is in now, so hopefully we can go. No, we can't because of the bug. I'm not entirely sure why it's not just going right now. It says everybody's ready. Oh well. There we go. Now we can go. It is all fixed, so all the teams will just be picking up whatever heroes they happen to have straight away. So the Gyrocopter versus the Lifesteal is also going to be pretty interesting, although they do also have I can't remember whatever carry they actually picked, or did they? Did they just pick up the Gyrocopter? Although I believe the Gyrocopter is going to be going mid, so we'll be seeing what else they picked up. It's been such a long time since the picks and bans, I can't even remember anymore. But this Invoker versus the Phantom Lancer, of course. This Invoker versus Gyrocopter in mid is going to be pretty interesting, because I've never seen this before. I've seen the Gyrocopter go mid a few times, but didn't do quite as well as I was expecting him to. But that's absolutely fine, and hopefully he can handle himself a little bit better against Invoker, because Invoker is probably not going to be the most difficult mid for him, especially with that flak cannon that can keep harassing. So yeah, we are off, and hopefully, there we go. I will be running through the Radiant, and then I will be switching over, and I will also be handling the Dire. So I will be taking over both teams today. So we have CYL will be taking on the Chikira, Windy will be on the Shadow Demon, Nati will be on the Clinks, we have ZZZ or Kit will be on this Gyrocopter, and C will be on the Phantom Lancer. Flicking over to the Dire, we have MIO who will be on this Lifestealer. SFY will be on the Invoker. Rome will be on that Nyx Assassin. Necro will be on the Rubik, and Q-Fest will be on the Bounty Hunter. But 1,000 ping. 1,000 ping. I have never ever heard of anybody getting 1,000 ping before. Hopefully that's just an error that'll fix itself over time, because I can't imagine that's anything to do with the servers. Especially 1,000. That just seems way too high. I can't imagine anybody in any part of the world playing on any server would get to 1,000 ping. That's that's quite unbelievable, really. That's an entire second's worth of delay. Well, FeedRunners just I don't think. Oh yeah, FeedRunners do have all the wards that they need up on Rome, so they're just roaming around and placing them up now. Kit is just hanging around in the water, and I don't think Kit's ping seems that bad, because he managed to spot and get away from that Nyx Assassin as soon as he spotted him, so I don't think it's that bad for him. And NFNF are just looking around and seeing what their ping is. It doesn't look like it's that bad. I mean, he managed to keep up with the creeps. He didn't want to block them, so it didn't go that bad. We'll have to see what his last hitting actually turns out to be like, to see what sort of ping he's getting. But yeah, this Bounty Hunter picking up the double damage is going to be pretty important. And his last hitting seems to be okay, so I don't think it's quite 1,000 anymore. Although Nati getting caught out, they do have the sentry ward up, and I don't think he realises, so they are probably going to be drawing first blood. One more right click will get it, and there it is. Rome gets first blood. He actually put up an observer ward when he was about to get out of sentry ward range, so that was a little bit of an odd one. Maybe he just wanted to place it before he died, but that sentry ward placement by Necro really nice, and they managed to pick up the clinks. So first blood does go to FeedRunners, and they do get it on the clinks, which is going to be important. And that's exactly what you're talking about, the clinks versus this Bounty Hunter. We'll have to see who can do better as the game goes on, and it's more than likely going to be Bounty Hunter, because he's just so much more survivable. Yeah, this mid battle, as we were talking about, it's really just Gyrocopter versus Invoker, and Invoker is going to have the better of it just because he can harass a lot more. The flat cannon being popped so that he can really try and harass this Invoker as much as possible. I don't know whether it's going to be quite enough, as much harass as Invoker's putting on him, because that's quite a lot. And Invoker does have, he's maxing into Exhort, so he has Sunstrike if he wants it, but yeah, that's if he really wants to use it. I'd be surprised if he does. C is doing okay on farm, sitting at 7-1 versus the Lifestealer on top lane, which is actually sitting at 9-4. So MIO is doing a really good job of farming up on this top lane. So he's currently doing a little bit better than the Phantom Lancer, although Phantom Lancer's now actually caught up. It was just because the wave was pushed that Phantom Lancer didn't have as much farm as him. But Invoker, sitting at 13-6, is really winning mid, just completely against his Gyrocopter. He's sitting at 6-0, but Gyrocopter's job probably isn't to win mid, but more just to survive in mid against SFY, because SFY is going to be doing a lot harder harass than he is. Although there comes the Sunstrike. Is he going to get the kill? Yes, he is. Cold Snap straight after the Sunstrike does get the kill, and that's why he went into quads. As soon as he leveled up to level 5, he just jumped on him immediately and managed to get the kill. Really nice play by really nice play by SFY to do that against the Gyrocopter. The Sunstrike was dead on. And we see Clinks still only level 2, sitting at 0-0, so he's really getting absolutely nothing on this bottom lane. He can't do anything. He just has to hang back this entire time, because of the pure nuke damage coming out from FeedRunners on this lane. Contrast that to Bounty Hunter, who's actually doing okay. He's level 4. He's got 5 last hits. That's not the worst in the world, especially when you compare it to the Clinks. So he's 2 levels ahead, plus 5 more last hits. So he's really doing a lot better than Clinks right now. Although Clinks, it's not going to take Clinks. It's not going to take long for Clinks to be able to get back into it. And it looks like he's coming mid now, actually, to maybe push down this tower a little bit with Gyrocopter. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but I think they're just trying to push down this tower and maybe get a gank on the Invoker. As actually we see CLY just hanging around in the jungle with Windy, but SFY spots them And he's just going to be backing off now. He's got his bottle already, so but he hasn't got any into Wex, so he doesn't have Ghost Walk. The stun has been popped on SFY. Is the disruption going to come out? I don't think it is. They're too far away. The stun is going to hit him underneath the tower, so they're not going to want to dive it. They're just going to stun him and back off, basically. But they've got 4 hanging around in mid now, just trying to keep SFY pinned back as much as possible, because they really don't want to get in the way. The disruption gets popped on him and the soul catcher, so maybe they might be going for him now. Flat cannon, it really isn't doing as much damage as he was hoping, so they've just backed off, and now it looks like they're going to be pushing this tower as much as they can. Although Invoker now has support in the Rubik, they're going to catch out Gyrocopter, Telekinesis. This is going to be a surefire kill for them. There they go. They do get the Gyrocopter. Are they going to try anyone else? I don't think they are. The rest of NFNF just back off. And nice play by Rubik coming in when they needed him and getting that kill on the Gyrocopter, because that's really going to give Invoker a massive lead in mid now. He's now level 6 versus that Gyrocopter who's only level 4, so he is really having the best of this lane. The pings actually come out on Invoker. Do they want to just go for him? I don't think they can. There's a disruption. The Ice Path's going to come directly over the top. There it is. Nice play there, actually. The Soul Catcher is popped on him, but they really don't have enough damage and they're not going to be able to get him. They might dive the tower for him, but the Cold Snap turned around on NFNF, and the Sunstrike is going to get the kill. Really nice play by SFY to get the kill with the Sunstrike there. And yeah, they went for the kill, but they just didn't have enough damage, and the regen from SFY was pretty large once he went into quad, so they just didn't have the damage to bring him down. So survivable, especially against 2 level 3 or 4 supports. So this Klink's still getting harassed down massively by Rubik and Lifestealer, and Lifestealer now has his Hand of Midas, so he's really farming up very well. Phantom Lance, sitting at level 5, has just got his boots, so he's not really going for anything else. He's just trying to get up as much farm as he possibly can. So yeah, finally the sentry wards have actually been placed down on this bottom lane, so finally they actually want to start doing something against this bounty hunter and getting as much harass on him as possible. He has enough mana to shadow walk, but if they can get him inside the sentry ward range, then they're going to have a pretty easy time against him, you have to feel. And FeedRunners are really showing that they are a really good team, and there's a reason why they made it. Well, they almost made it all the way to the semi-finals last time at Imber Battle.net. The eventual winners did stop them, but they are playing very well here, and MIO is really getting an awful lot of farm. They're going to have to watch out for him. The Klinks does have a haste rune if he wanted to maybe just go onto Lifestealer. I mean, Lifestealer had no way of slowing him, and he might have been able to pick up a kill if he'd strafed. But we'll have to see what. Actually, it looks like they're coming around the back. Does he still have his haste rune? No, it's just run out. So it looks like they might actually be getting the kill if they have any sort of ward. No, MIO gets it with the ultimate. So nice play by Lifestealer again, using the Infest to get that kill on Klinks, and Klinks was dead before he even knew what was happening, because Roam popping out of the jungle and managing to impale him pretty much from from where he had 0 sight. So really nice play by FeedRunners to get yet another kill down bottom on this Klinks, and they've taken a massive lead, 5-0 at the start, and we can see the gold and XP graphs are really skewed in their favour. The XP graph nearly 5k in their favour, and the gold about 4k, so they're really doing really well, and most of that gold is going towards MIO and Invoker, which is exactly what they want. Invoker picking up his phase boots. He's got 3 kills to his name, so he's really doing well. He's only got 30 last hits, but that's absolutely fine with the amount of kills he's got. This Lifestealer, however, is really doing a lot better net worth wise, I believe. We'll just flick that open now. Yeah, he is 600 net worth ahead, just probably because of that Hand of Midas, plus the the Hand of Midas and the kill that he's managed to get. So there's a double damage room at top, and Necro's just kind of holding that one for the Invoker to come and get. So maybe we'll see another gank on this Klinks coming up top. I don't think they actually have any way of seeing him, so they're not gonna bother, especially without a stun. They only have telekinesis for a stun, and I don't think that's quite enough to be able to get the kill. So nice harass coming on QFest at the bottom by No Feed No Fun. They're using the Phantom Lancers Spirit Lance just to get him, harass him down as much as possible. And Phantom Lance is playing this one pretty much like a hard carry, like you would expect, putting none into his juxtapose and really maxing his Spirit Lance's Doppelwalk for survivability and for nuke damage. So Rome just de-warding, it looked like oh no, just warding actually at bottom. Now he's going to start moving down. No feed, no fun. I've just got to back off very slightly, although he's not going to be able to do anything against him. He's only level 4. He'll be level 5 very shortly. With one more creep death, he will be level 5. So we see at bottom actually Gyrocopter's actually teleported in. So maybe they do want to try something on this Rubik. If Gyrocopter can get the stun off, then Clinks can almost certainly just kill this Rubik in a few seconds. Hand of Midas being used again by the Lifestealer, and the stun is coming out on the Rubik, but he is going to be aware of it now. He's going to try and run away. Is it going to? No, he's not going to be able to get away. But Clinks just doesn't want to go for it. Lifestealer, he does have his open wounds up. The Gyrocopter's got to get out of there. He doesn't. He pops his ulti, but it's going to do nothing, and the Infest gets the kill once again for Lifestealer. Nice play by him. Gyrocopter just didn't see it coming, and he popped that rage on, and there was no way that that Gyrocopter could stop him. And FeedRunners are really looking extremely assertive at the beginning of this game. Now 5.5k in the lead in gold, and XP really looking in their favour as well. Nearly 7.5k for them. So he's already got his armlet. Lifestealer, he doesn't quite have his armlet yet, but at bottom, no feed, no fun, and the GGs have already actually been called. Maybe they don't want this anymore. No, they don't. They're actually just going to leave it now. It's 9-0 in favour of FeedRunners, and they're just going to call it. And I'm not sure about this ping. It's obviously pretty ridiculously high, but it looked like he was doing okay when he was last hitting. I can't imagine 1k. It was quite 1k ping, but I will look into that, and I'll watch the replay, and I'll see exactly what was happening. But really nice play by FeedRunners to actually get this kill, and this Invoker in mid was really the thing that did it. I mean, Gyrocopter couldn't keep up with him, and he was ganking all over the place. I'm not sure what Gyrocopter means by it. Better for us. I'm not sure what that means.